everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mila, your Alexandrian Archives. I hope you enjoy your stay. So, today we're doing another individual book review, and it is for Emperor's Edge by Lindsay Broker, I think it is. For those that don't know, this is something I wanted to do in 2024 as I become more active on YouTube. I wanted to do individual book reviews for all the books that I've read, unless it is a series and I've read like several of the books or all the books like at once. So for example, I'm reading Lord of the Rings right now, and I'm not going to be doing a book review for Fellowship and then doing the book 2s and 3. I'm gonna wait till I finish all 3 books, and then I will sit down and do a full-length review for each book. So in this case, this is the start of a 9-book series, I believe. It is like self-published on like Amazon, and I actually bought it on Kobo Books. I got the bundle for I think like 6-7 bucks, so it was a really good deal. So there we go. So this, as I said, is the start of a 9-book series. So obviously I'm not gonna make you wait till I read all the 9 books and then do like that review would be too long. So for now we're just doing book 1. I'm not even like halfway through book 2, but it's really good though. I've just sort of paused it because I'm focusing on Lord of the Rings. I'm actually on book 2, so I'm on 2 Towers. I'm really enjoying it. My copy is falling apart, but anyways. So this came as a book recommendation from Elle, from Elliot Brooks. She's a booktuber that I have followed for a very long time, and I don't think she's ever let me down big time in terms of book recommendations, and she got this book recommendation from another booktuber, said that it was really fantastic. So I was like, this is right up my alley. So before we get into it, if you don't know how my book reviews work, I give you a general synopsis, then I give you my thoughts and feelings, and then I give you sort of a bullet point list of who I would recommend this for. Like what type of reader, what type of person, what type of thing are you looking for, example tropes, fantasy setting, etc, etc. So basically this book follows Amaranth Lockton, who is like a police officer, but she's the only woman police officer, and that's not a common thing. So she worked her butt off to get there, right? And so basically she's brought in on a top secret assignment where they're like, you need to go and kill this notorious assassin that we think is going to kill the emperor on his birthday. This emperor is young. He's like 19 years old or something. So this is a child, you know? This is a young adult, you know, a fresh adult emperor. So obviously there's some scheming going on. And Amaranth finds out that she was actually sent to kill the assassin, but it was actually so that she would get killed herself, right? So that they could get rid of her and continue to try and usurp the emperor and take control of the throne instead. So she foils their plans, and it's actually pretty fast-paced at the beginning. Because some fantasy books, especially if it's a series, it takes so long to get into the plot point, you know, like get to that point, right? And I really like that it sort of hit the ground running. And it's just plot twist after plot twist. I'm telling you guys right now, I was in the car. My dad was driving me home from the station after work, and I was like, something dropped. You dropped something. My jaw. I was shocked. This book was so much fun. Oh my goodness. It will keep you guessing. There's so many fun twists and turns and everything. Anyway, so she meets this assassin and they make a deal. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna trick the police people and we're gonna try to get the emperor on our side, that kind of thing. It's like a heist sort of, so if you're a huge fan of Six of Crows, you'll probably like this. And so she sort of brings in a ragtag group of people, and like for example, there's a professor, there's someone who's like a really beautiful buff sort of dim-witted person, and there's like a magician, and magic is outlawed in the Empire. So, yeah, and then she also brings in the assassin. And they very much have an ongoing, like, developing romance. There was barely a hint of it in the first book, but you can sort of tell who she was going to be put with, which is the assassin. And the assassin is very brooding, very mysterious, very, like, grumpy black cat, whereas she's very, positive, I guess, on her outlook, despite, having guards at her feet and her head on a freaking wanted poster, wanted dead or alive. So I really enjoyed this one. I like the quirks, I like the antics between them, I like the, just conversations. The dialogue flowed pretty nicely. So, yeah, my thoughts and feelings, I really enjoyed this. I really, really love this. I was pleasantly surprised. This is Al said something about this. It's like gaslamp fantasy. So, like, think like steampunk, but more fantasy based. So, for example, think a Master of Jinn, right? That sort of world, but make it much more fantasy. And I had a really fun time. I was pleasantly surprised, because, you never know, right? So I was pleasantly surprised, and this is a finished series, so you can get all the books, which is great, because I know I will be binging this once I get the chance. So yeah, I would highly recommend this to really anyone that wants to get into fantasy. I feel like this is pretty, in terms of, like, fantasy level, it's pretty light, like, it's pretty beginner friendly. It hits the ground running. For those that just want to sink their teeth into a long series, I feel like, why am I doing the heart on here? I'm a carrot, but, like, just if you want a long finished series that's not like 1,000 pages each, Brandon Sanderson, George R. R. Martin, I think that this would be a great thing for you to try if you want a overarching love story, because I don't think they get into, like, a relationship of any sort until, like, way later. So yeah, I would highly recommend if you want to get started in fantasy, but you don't really trust Book Talk, because honestly, I wouldn't, just an FYI. If you're sort of sick of the whole romantasy aspect and stuff, which I am a little sick of it, because no book has ever done this right. I really enjoyed this. Like, I was incredibly surprised, and, I was like, whoa, this is pretty sick. This is such an awesome series. And I just continued, because I got the bundle, it's like the 3 books in one file on my Kobo, so I just continued reading, which was great. I didn't have to go out of my way to buy the second one. So, highly recommend. I think the first several books are, like, super cheap on, like, Amazon and Kobo, at least the Kobo store. And I'm not the biggest fan of the covers, but it's like a self-published book, so it's not the end of the world, honestly. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please do check this series out. If you've read it, let me know how the next books are going to be. I'm still on book 2. I don't know what percentage it is, because again, it's one big file. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out all my socials. All the links will be down below. And I will see you in the next one. Happy reading!